What's good, y'all? It's your boy Mr. Cheap Sense here, and I was gonna come on here and give you all a note breakdown and all that good stuff about this one particular fragrance, but I think the name alone says enough. This fragrance is gonna go down in the fragrance history books as one of the most popular fragrances of all time, if not top 5 or 10. Groundbreaking fragrance when it came out. This actually is a flanker to the original, which kind of kept the same note breakdown. It may have added a little something to it because this is a eau de parfum concentration. Actually was gifted to me by a gentleman that calls himself the mayor of Detroit. And the fragrance I am talking about is from the house of Dior. It is Dior Sauvage EDP. And I've stated on several different occasions that I was not really a fan of Sauvage when it first came out. I did get to smell it in like Belks or Ulta or some place like that. And the EDT, for some reason, gave me a headache. Like, I didn't like the sharpness to it. I didn't like that strong ambroxan, which is before I knew anything about ambroxan. But it was just a little bit too much for me. And price on Dior products are ridiculous. If you don't know about this particular product or Dior in general, then you've been hiding under a rock or you've been in outer space, and you need to get with the program. With that being said, this flanker, the Eau de Parfum, is very nice. It is a little bit toned down from the original. I actually have worn this twice, and today makes the second time I've actually worn this. And I must say, it's not bad at all. If you like that very fresh, very sharp type fragrance, then this is the way to go. I'm not telling you to go out and purchase a bottle of this. Now, if you can afford it, then by all means go ahead and get it. But it's not always about name brand, because I had one that was called Ventana from the house of Armand, and it smells almost identical to this, but it does not have that super sharp ambroxan type smell to it. Lasted 8+ off of my skin, in which that's what this one does also. 8+ off of my skin, easy. On your clothes, in which I don't like to spray my clothes because I like to give you guys the true reading of a fragrance off of skin. But off of my clothes, it was well past 10 hours on my shirt. I was sweating kind of heavily because I'm working outside now. And it did kind of die down around the 6.5 hour mark. It was very close to my skin. I could still smell it off of my shirt, but off of my skin, it was like a faint skin scent. But like I said, clothes-wise, you're going to get +10 easy. I didn't switch up what I wore from this morning versus this afternoon. I just reapplied this around the 5 o'clock, well, 4 something mark on my way to my second job by 5. And it's still pumping. As of right now, I can smell it. Now, I do have to get a little close to my arm to be able to smell it. But outside, it's a little breezy and it's a little cool outside. And when that air hit me, that wind, it was picking it up off of my shirt and I could smell it clearly. So this is a pretty good fragrance. I like this a lot. Not enough to pay $80, $90, $100 and something for a bottle of it. Personally speaking, I choose not to want to go that route. There are alternatives out there if people are looking for alternatives. I know that this channel started off being about cheapies, and I kind of drifted away from that. But for the most part, there are some decent clones out or alternatives to fragrances such as Dior Sauvage and Ventana being in my particular list, the top clone for this. If there's something else out there, then I don't know anything about it. But, you know, it is what it is. And I know I keep saying it is what it is in my videos, and people jokingly want me to make shirts and all of that. But that's just how I rock, man. It is what it is. So, long story short on this one, get your nose on it. Stop by your local Nordstrom's, Belk's, Ulta, whatever is near you that has fragrances on a shelf or a counter. Go in, sample it. If you can get a decan of it, get you a decan of it. This is a very crowd-pleasing, mass-appealing scent. I can see why this is one of the top sold fragrances in the past few years. Everybody has talked about this one to death, and I'm not going to spend too much more time on it. I usually like to do around a 10-minute video, but I'm not going to stretch it out. I'm pretty sure if you don't know about this fragrance, you have heard somebody somewhere, reviewer-wise or otherwise, talk about this particular fragrance house or this fragrance. So do your homework, check it out, get your nose on it, and here's to smelling great. Peace.